This is my audience.
Hi, I'm Sarah Brandt, and this is for my speech class. Have you ever wanted to know more about life down under? When you think of down under, you probably think it's Australia and kangaroos, right? Well, we're forgetting about another main country that involves life down under. New Zealand is just a short 3-hour flight from Sydney. During this presentation, I'm going to talk to you about the native Maori culture, and it's about 15% of the country's population, and there's 3.8 million Maori descent in New Zealand. Learning about the Maori culture will definitely spark your interest from life down under and what it's like to live in the Maori culture lifestyle in New Zealand. This past summer, I got to go down to New Zealand and see what it was like firsthand. So I think this presentation will be pretty exciting for you guys. The Maori culture is the indigenous culture of New Zealand, and Maori's culture is integrated with modern New Zealanders and their way of life. This presentation is going to give you a little insight to the Maori culture and what it's like. Today I'm going to talk to you about the geothermal areas of Rotorua and how the Maoris incorporate it into their lives. And I'm going to talk to you about the foods that the Maori culture make. It's one main meal is called the Hangi Feast. So I'm going to talk to you more about that and how they cook it and how they prepare it. And then I'm going to talk to you about the popular dance that the Maoris do. It's called the haka, and it's known all over the world. Rotorua plays home to many geothermal hotspots. This includes geysers and boiling hot sulfur pools. NewZealand.com states that New Zealand straddles a fault line, an active fault line that causes the subterranean heat, and that's because the plates are colliding, which causes the friction and the heat to come out of the rocks and up to the surface of New Zealand. There's a place in the city of Rotorua that has been preserved for many centuries. And for the people who don't speak Maori, it's called Waka, because the actual name of it is super, super long. It's probably like, I want to say 23 letters, maybe even more. Waka is a geothermal area, and descendants from ancient kings and queens live there now. And this place is not allowed to have any electricity, so they heat all their food with the heated rocks, and they bathe in the sulfur pools. Here is an example of the geothermal area. Natural elements of the geothermal activity in New Zealand does not stop there. The organic food that New Zealand produces is really great quality, and the Hangi Feast plays a big part in the New Zealand Maori culture. The Hangi Feast is originally prepared for the Maori people, and it's meant to be cooked underneath a pit in the earth because the Maori culture is really in tune with Mother Nature and the things it provides for them. But today there's aluminum foil and used instead of the leaves, I guess. They wrap them with leaves. I got to experience this when I was in New Zealand this past summer, and it has been, to this day, one of the best meals I've ever had. In a traditional Hangi Feast, it includes chicken, fish, and kumara, which is their national root vegetable, and it's a type of sweet potato. It's not orange like we're normally used to. It's actually white, and it's a lot smaller than an actual sweet potato, and it doesn't really taste the same either. And today there is more things added, such as lamb, pork, more potatoes, pumpkin, and cabbage. And if you're a tourist, like when I was, after the Hangi Feast, we got to experience the haka, which is the dance I talked about before. and it's very popular amongst New Zealanders, and almost everyone knows what it is. The haka is an ancient Maori dance that is traditionally used in the battlefield. Some moves performed are violent foot stepping, chest pounding, eyes bulging, and their tongue sticking out. Today the dance is for Maori ceremonies to honor guests, and it's performed for sports teams to showcase their opponents and the challenge that they have to their opponents. The most well-known people who do the haka is the New Zealand rugby team, the All Blacks. The All Blacks perform this dance before every match to intimidate their opponents, and I have a video of the teacher who will show you exactly what the haka looks like. So now you know more about the Maori culture. And I advise you to make the trip down under, because I know for a fact that any picture does not do the beauty of New Zealand justice. If you ever get the chance to go to New Zealand, you too can learn about the geothermal hotspots and even bathe in their sulfur pools, as well as experience the Hangi Feast and enjoy the food that they have to offer. And lastly, you will get to experience the haka one way or another, either it be at a rugby match or after the Hangi Feast. And I hope this speech has inspired you to take the trip of a lifetime and learn about the Maoris, not only by textbook, but experience their culture firsthand. And I assure you, you will definitely want to go back. Thank you.